Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look at a scenario in which Soviet Union came back, which stretched from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea to the Caspian Sea to the Arctic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. It's a big nation. But something to note about this is that most people live in this part, the European side, is something about it. Also, I would say it'd be one of the strongest nations, considering as Ukraine was a strong nation, Russia was the second strongest nation. A few nations that have been to the west for a few years. But the first thing the Soviets do is invade Poland. And like they always do, since NATO is disbanded, they tell Germany, we will split you in two unless you help us invade. That's difficult, I guess. Now I did it. But now for Germany to join, and Poland's angry at this. Saying, Germany, you did this once. You have to do it twice. Yeah, because I don't want to pay the big rip. Well, Poland wants lots of money from Germany because of that. It's only like $1 trillion. But anyways, what do they do with that money? Anyways, with Poland being invaded by Soviet soldiers crossing, but German soldiers slowly crossing as they're not even close to as strong as the Soviet forces. The Soviet forces working towards a big encirclement, which they managed to do. And they managed to take, this is about a third of the land, while Germany has about a 8/6 of the land, probably, underneath. Germany getting further as the Soviets are starting to cross the coast, with Germans and Soviets developing a cooperation. This being the first thing, because why do the Soviets like to invade Poland? I don't know why, but they always do. Because they have nothing better to do, I guess. But Germany is saying they're going to make a cooperation spare with some of their neighbors in case Russia tries to go further, called the Democracy Protection Spare. So let's see how the treaty went with some of its neighbors, including Poland, which really is kind of like isn't a puppet, but basically Germany took some lands and made Poland again. Poland's a lot smaller because they lost most of their lands to the Soviets. Germany took a bit just so it wouldn't look like they were trying to do this, which they do, with Czechia, Austria, Poland joining. Quickly after, the Netherlands wants to join. And Germany says that this pact will fund any nation that the Russians attack. And this being called the Democratic Protection Pact, which looks pretty favorable to a lot of the neighbors, but a lot of them don't really get a chance. With Russia making a coup happen in Hungary, them with the help of this new Hungary government. Bulgaria joins because they want land. Hungary joins because they want land. Basically, it's a land grab. And also, Bulgaria is also joining so they can protect an invasion of... Bulgaria wants to prevent an invasion of the rest of the Slavic nations, surprisingly. And then moving up there and moving up the coast, because that's what they want. With Hungary also moving in. But Hungary is just being Hungary. With the illegal annexation by the Russians of Slovakia. And they're not going to keep their promises of giving the neighbors land, much land. Let's see what they end up getting. Oh, Democratic Pact. After this treaty, Bulgaria and Hungary, to get away from the Soviets, which is oppressing them basically, joins, along with Croatia joins the Democracy Pact, and Serbia. Nobody else joins it, because you have to be a democracy. With them invading Iran to make a communist state, because they can. Which goes well because, well, there's not much resistance. Because the country's not really in favor of the government, I guess. With them not invading Afghanistan, they learned their lessons from the last time they invaded Afghanistan. Instead, all they take from Iran is these lands, because why not? Because they need to take some of Iran's land. Well, that seems like a good idea. The first invasion as the Russians to be Iran for some reason. But anyways, as they managed to establish a puppet. This is when Mongolia asked to join, and this time it's actually accepted. With the Soviets having two targets left, Finland and Turkey, which basically the Democratic Pact at this point says one more target and we're at war with you. They have which Turkey, and they declare war on Finland, Turkey quickly joins. Want to know who else joins? The full-on might of that Democratic Pact. But how far can they really get? With Russia being ready to invade Finland, well, let's see how their invasion of Finland goes. As well as you would expect it to go. Like that. But in Turkey, they managed to take this much of Turkey in a short period of time. Then they start, the Democratic Pact at this point is starting an offensive into Russia. And Russia gets pushed back far. With Finland launching their counter-offensive at this point, with Iran basically abolishing its Soviet government. With the Soviets having a few failures. But eventually they managed to push back. But it doesn't really matter at this point because Turkey starts moving into this region, which is full of oil. So yeah. With Finland managing to make an offensive. With the Soviet Union failing to do anything. Because Americans are helping the Democratic Pact significantly. With the Russians managing to push them back. But at this point, they realize they need to make peace. Which the full Democratic Pact agrees to a peace treaty. Let's see what they end up doing in this peace treaty. The Soviets, because at this point, they've really are in a bad state because they lost Ukraine, they lost most of their Polish holdings. They lost Slovakia, they lost Romania, they lost most of the Caucasus, and they lost a big chunk of land to Finland. So I'd say this government fails, and then another extreme government comes into place, who knows. Well, a democracy comes in place, a few years later it goes extreme again. But that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video. And that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys! And that's what happened when the Soviet Union returned.